It's the morning after Thanksgiving, and because we live in a fast-paced society, people are already out Black Friday shopping. But we live in a society where things run 24/7. We've got 24/7 news channels. Our phones are with us all the time, so that we're always able to check and keep up with things. We're checking them before we go to bed at night. We're checking them first thing in the morning. Um, and people claim that they just can't live without them, without their cell phones, and we get bombarded with so much information and data. It's just done at an alarming rate. I've been forced to slow down through my cancer diagnosis, and what I found is that I'm beginning to start to see things in a different perspective. Slowing down, clearing out our minds, and being able to just sit in silence in an early morning like today. It isn't easy in today's society, but it can provide an opportunity for us to experience life in a new way. And it may shift your focus away from processes and more to people. And wouldn't that make for a better world? We live in a world with instant gratification, but with cancer, nothing is instant. You have to be patient. I spoke about reframing my mindset around patience in episode 15, and this week I needed to revisit that episode to remind myself to exercise patience. When you get sick, a lot of the time you visit your doctor and they give you medication or maybe a Z-Pak, and in 7 days or so you're feeling better. But with cancer, that's just not the case. It's a long haul to get to the recovery phase. As an example, the milestones in my treatments are really the CT scans that occur, because it's through those CT scans with and without contrast that we're able to see how well the chemotherapy, immunotherapy, and clinical drugs are working against fighting and killing the cancer. But my last CT scan was October 1st, and my next CT scan isn't scheduled until December 18th. That's 78 days, and I still have 2 more chemo treatments before we'll have that scan, and we'll be able to see what progress we've made in attacking the disease. So we just need to have patience and have faith that the plan that we're working is working. The other thing that I'm realizing is that fighting cancer is a full-time job. You may think about it, your therapy session, and then you have 2 weeks. But really, each day you wake up and maybe you have a different symptom, or you feel fatigued, or you're not hungry. It's just something that takes place every day. And when you're working a full-time job and you're fighting cancer, it's like having 2 jobs sometimes. But you got to keep powering through and knowing that you put in everything you can to fight this disease and to try to eradicate it from your body so that you can continue to live and enjoy. So this week, if you're faithful, I would ask that you pray for others who are going through cancer, and for their families. And particularly, my brother has a friend whose cancer has come back. And so I pray that his family and he find strength in God and in their faith, and in the treatment of the doctors. And I pray for the doctors that this time around that they can put together a therapy package that will help to treat him. Additionally, I have a colleague whose father was recently diagnosed with prostate cancer, and he has decided that he does not want to pursue treatment for the cancer. And while that's a decision that he has made for himself, it's also a challenging one for the family members who may not agree or who want him to go through the treatment. And so this week I ask for you to pray for that family as well, for the father in his decision around his cancer, and also for the family members and helping them to cope with the decision that's been made, and finding a way to be able to support their father in a way that helps their father, but also allows them to have their closure or dealing with those feelings that can be challenging when someone chooses to not pursue the chemotherapy treatments. This week I've also been struggling with Christmas. My family's asked me what I want for Christmas. And it's a really hard question because since my diagnosis, the only thing that I really want is I want to live. And so having to put together a list of material things, it's hard. But I also understand that it's part of the season, is the ability to be able to give a gift to someone else to show that you care for them and that you love them. And, part of the tradition of Christmas morning is opening gifts that others have given to you. And so I'm trying my best to put together a list of things that they can think about for me for Christmas. But I just pray that, we're able to continue to enjoy this season and the traditions that we do, like going into Universal and watching the Macy's Day Parade, that we continue to be able to do those and enjoy those as a family as we go through this holiday season. And I wish for that for you as well. For my gratitude moment this week, I'm grateful for tools like YouTube, where I have found a way to be able to share my story in hopes that it helps others that are following my journey, others that have cancer or have a family member who's going through a similar experience. Not only has learning the tool been a distraction for me, but it's been a great way for me to be able to share my story with families and friends. And while I'm not trying to become an influencer or anything like that, I must admit that I do enjoy creating these videos, editing these videos, trying different things like adding pictures and voiceovers and music. It's just been a nice distraction to learn something different and then to be able to share it. I have enjoyed seeing my subscribers grow. We're about 88 right now, and I'd love to see us get over 100. For some reason, that's just kind of like a milestone number. So I hope that my willingness to share my story of cancer helps others who are battling the disease and provides insights to family members who are supporting those who are going through cancer. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel so that you can get future updates. And I also encourage you to share it with others who may benefit, family and friends who are going through similar situations. Share the link and let them see what I'm doing here on video. It's easy to subscribe. At the end of the video, you can just click the subscribe button. I am encouraged as I receive notes from people who are going through cancer or family members who are supporting people going through cancer that they've caught my video on YouTube and it's meant a lot to them, or that it helped them to understand kind of their own feelings and work through those. So I'm really excited that it's doing what I hoped it would do, and I pray that as we continue through this journey, others will be uplifted as well. I'm Craig with One Man's Cancer Journey, and I wish for you a blessed week.